Hey, welcome to our episode of Chad's Beer Reviews, a daytime review. So yeah, obviously this is another Christmas beer. In fact, this is one I haven't had in 12 years. I remember loving it back in 2011. So this is from the Great Lakes Brewing Company out of Cleveland, Ohio. Christmas ale, ale with spices and honey. Pretty strong, 7.5 ABV. Even put 30 IBUs right on there. I actually got this beer in upstate New York in August, so... we poured it into the fancy schmancy Spiegel tulip glass, and it looks like it was a weird hybrid of like kind of flame orange and like a cranberry red, almost like a honey color. Get a kind of small head on there, kind of off-white, but it is still sticking around. So let's give it a smell. Yeah, I get a lot of honey on this one. I also get, I hate when they just put spices. Like, which spices? You know, it could be anything. So, I'd probably say ginger is probably the most prominent one. I think, like, there's maybe, like, dried cranberry or something like that. Maybe, like, cinnamon or allspice. It's hard to get the... But, yeah, I would say honey, ginger, and miscellaneous as far as the nose. It does have like a kind of a slightly toasty or caramel malt base. If the hops are in there, they're hard to pick out from the spices. So let's dive in here. Cheers. Wow. That is definitely a honey-forward beer. In fact, I think there's like so much honey in there. You could probably consider this like an alternative sugar beer, like 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝓲𝓷, but that's subject for another sermon. So yeah, I would say it's a lot of honey, and followed by slightly like kind of snickerdoodle cookie kind of flavor. Yeah, there's this sweetness, probably like a breadiness, very kind of lightly kilned caramel kind of malt, kind of something like you would get like on like a English bitter, or almost, oddly enough, almost like a German Bock. Something that like kind of honey caramel malt kind of flavor. I would say the actual spice intensity on this one is a little low, but then again, I think this was bottled probably in July, because I got this when Christine and I went to upstate New York in August of this year, and I saw a beer store that had it, so I had to smuggle it back in my suitcase, and it's been sitting in the fridge since August, which means it was probably bottled in July. Yeah, it actually kind of reminds me of like a Belgian Christmas beer, but without the Belgian yeast character. I have a feeling this is probably like an amber ale as far as like the base brew, and then they just use the honey and spices. Not a particularly hoppy beer. I don't really get citrus on here. I don't really get pine, oddly enough. I will say like this is not quite as intense or as impressive as I remember from 2011. I remember I put that like top 10 beers of that year. I guess I just had so much other stuff since then. Even the West Floridian Christmas beer I thought was like a little bit more Christmassy than this one. This is still a good, really good Christmas beer. Just not quite blowing my mind the way it used to. I probably the mouthfeel about a little over medium plus. That 7.5, yeah, it's kind of, that's like drinking like a pretty standard IPA these days. So it's definitely got, strength to it. But it's like, remember that Seinfeld joke about, aspirin only comes in extra strength or maximum strength, not strength? That's kind of what this beer is. It's just strength. It's not extra strength, and it's certainly not maximum strength. Some gentle warmth on here. Carbonation is probably about moderate. So, it's very smooth. No problem getting this down at all. I would say that honey gives it some sweetness, but then, the spices kind of balance it out. But this is not a super decadent cloying beer like Goose Island Bourbon County or CBS or like some of the Imperial stouts. I wouldn't even say it's as decadent as like some of the Belgian quads that are, 9, 10, 11% ABV. This is just a really tasty, I guess you call it like an alternative to an IPA. Yeah, I like it. Although the honey to me gives it like slight kind of cough medicine character, but otherwise, it's really tasty. This label's kind of boring this year though. So as far as the score for the Great Lakes Christmas Ale 2023 vintage, I'm going to go, I think 4.25. Yeah, I think 4.25 is fair. Kind of like an 8.5. By the way, starting in 2024, I'm going to go back to the 1 to 10 rating scale. So, yeah, this is very good to excellent. It's just not quite, outstanding or world class, but glad I got to have it again. Hopefully I don't have to wait another 12 years to try it, but if you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys Tuesday Night Beer School. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.